More vrienden en gelijkers. Ja, die dumedisa baeso di thaka le ba banyane. I must pass a special greeting to the religious order. It's always a very special thing to have religious people and representatives amongst us. It always reminds me, certainly, that it takes a small number of people to change the world. And the greatest example in history is how that Jesus Christ took 12 individuals and went out into the world and transformed the biggest part of the world into the order of Christianity, an army of men and women that strive for justice for all. So maybe we might look like we are few, but we are the majority. We are the majority because although we look few today, the majority of the people of our country want freedom, they want justice, they want peace, they want love for each other. That is what we are about. So I'm very proud of the fact that we look few, but actually we are much bigger in numbers than this. You wait and watch as we move into the future. Today, as a nation, we find ourselves at a crossroads, facing the gravest crisis our country has ever known. The promises and hopes for a democracy rooted in constitutionalism and the rule of law was derailed when a bloodless coup occurred in this country, removing a legitimate president and one who was focused on the constitutional route on which we were traveling. Since then, our country has gone from pillar to post, uncertain, no clarity as to where it was going, and that is what has landed our country in this crisis at this time. We are sitting with a huge backlog of lack of housing, a national debt that we can only struggle to pay the interest on. The levels of tension and hatred. We are governed by people who have broken their oaths of office, and they are a threat. We united our nation at Kodesa and we said, we are one people. There's a common citizenship, but we are led today by someone who tells us they are going to take property from others and give it to what they call their people. And we don't know now what happened to the constitution President Mandela signed for us at Sharpeville, which said there's a common South African citizenship. And every one of us is entitled to the same rights, privileges, and benefits of citizenship. But that is not all. We enshrined in our Constitution at CODESA that no one shall be deprived of their property, because all of us, united in our diversity, are owners of this common land. Now, at the head of our nation is an individual who swore allegiance to that constitution, but who then says, some of us are his people, others are not. After swearing to uphold that constitution, that is the message. Now we understand that even our Reserve Bank will be nationalized. In fact, at the moment, we don't know whether we are going as a nation or going backwards, because these things are in contradiction not only of the Constitution, but they are in contradiction even with the declared intentions of parts of the rulers of our country. But this moment is a great moment, for it gives us an opportunity in a short space of time. We must go and make a choice. We must go and make a choice whether we will be governed by men and women of substance, who are trustworthy, who, when they say to us that they are going to do something, they will do that something. We do not need scoundrels who will come and say to us, we are going to do this for you, and then do exactly the opposite, either that day or the following day. South Africa needs a fresh start. When President Mandela came out of jail after 27 years, and many of us shorter years, when he said to us, a better life for all, you saw him taking action step by step to try and achieve that. When he took the oath of office and declared that he would not only respect, uphold the Constitution, but also maintain it, he did precisely that. Even when his opponents challenged him to go and appear before the court, he looked at what the Constitution said, and he went to court and did exactly what the Constitution required him to do. Now that is the kind of quality of men and women in our nation, and there are many of them. I can see quite a lot here as I look, even here. But we have come here, let me announce, we have come here as humble men and women. We have come here not as VIPs, very important people. We are not very important people. Do you know who are the very important people of this society? It is you, the people. You, the people, are the VIPs. You pay the tax, you employ us, you send us to go and represent you in government. You vote for us. We go there to do what you want, not what we fancy ourselves to be. So we will not go to government to go and take your money and fill our pockets. We are going to go there. We are going to go to government. We will be more than pleased to receive what you pay us as our salaries. And that is what we will use for ourselves. But all of the other budget must address the needs of you, the people. All of the other budget must look and make sure you have houses, your children have got school, critical. Your children must go to school. We are not going to go there to build mansions for ourselves. So we have come here humbly to request you, with your vote, to employ us to go and work for you faithfully, honestly, and reliably. Please look at us again. And look at our track record since our inception. In 2008, COPE has consistently made a call for leaders who respect the Constitution. They deviated and deviated. We kept telling you, these are not leading you the right route because they are not following the Constitution of our country. In the meantime, we clung to the Constitution. We bound ourselves to the dictates of the Constitution of our country. And today we have come to repeat and to remind you that we are still committed to the Constitution, as the late President Mandela and others taught us. And we come with younger ones and so on, all of us committed to service your needs in this way. And now let me make a short announcement. We made a promise to you. If you vote for us, the government of the Congress of the People will and can return the country to constitutional rule. I say, if you do, the government of the Congress of the People will and can promote, protect, and uphold the Constitution vigorously and without fear or favor. The government of the Congress of the People will make sure that members of the executive and other spheres of government are made to honor their oath of office. In the government of the Congress of the People, those who take oath of office, the oath of our nation, and think they can do as they please, will find themselves behind bars, they'll find themselves before the courts, and they will be punished for lying to the people. And I say, those who take the oath of office to be loyal to the Republic, to respect the Constitution, and when we sing the national anthem, will sit down and ridicule that, will find them in deep trouble. Those who will preach hatred between one South African and the other, or threaten to kill others, will find themselves not just rejects in our society, they will pay the price and they'll be locked away for rehabilitation purpose. The government of the Congress of the People will make sure that our electoral laws are aligned more closely to the Constitution in order for the direct election of the president, premiers, and mayors of towns and cities to take place. For the electoral system to accommodate constituency-based representation in all spheres of government and to allow for individuals to contest national and provincial elections. In other words, we are saying to you, the Congress of the People's Government will make sure that political power is put back in your own hands, that you choose who you want to send to Parliament, and when such people do not perform as what you want, you may recall them and elect others. Power to the people. We are not happy, we are completely unhappy with the fact that today you vote for a political party, for a group of men and women. Whether they are honest or what, you don't know. They meet secretly somewhere and then they decide for you who must be your president. Whether they steal money or not, you are helpless, you can't remove them, you can't stop them. And they become a gang that stick together and protect each other as they abuse you, your money, and all of that. We want power, we will put power, and we can. If you vote for us, we can put power in your hands so that you elect the men, the women you want. That is what our forebears promised. They said, the South Africa of the future, the people shall govern. You are not governing today. Today, political parties, small groups are governing. You are given a chance to vote for this one or vote for that group. And then when they get to power, they forget about you in Dansani, they forget about you in Soweto, they forget about you wherever you are and do their thing. They enjoy themselves. We will change that, and we can change it if you give us the power to do so. And let me say this as well. The Cope government can and will eradicate corruption and eliminate any other attempts to capture the state. We are talking directly about these issues. Public service will be reviewed. We will review the public service. You see, all these people that you are being told have taken your money and built security fences around their houses. I asked one of them the other day, "Is it in Tanga? Kuteni niyeba imali yabantu, niyakha ama security fencing around indlu zenu, nibalekela ntoni? Saphuma etulongweni savulelwa, ngoku kutheni niyakha amatulongwe apho nihlala khona, nivaleleke ematulongweni? Niyenzeni le enoyikayo uba nizayibethelwa? Uba thina lezi ndlunyana zenu sakungena nakulama security saweqa phezulu singene sinukhuphe ngapho nizoxela ebantwini uba naniyenzani ngemali yabo le eniyakha ama-fence ngayo bakhona nalapha kwezi ndawo. So those who've been stealing your money and building, fencing themselves in and all of that, in the government of the Congress of the People, we are going to go into those security fences. We are going to take them out of there. They must come and explain themselves to you. They must come and explain themselves to you, the people. Why do they steal your money? That is what the government of the Congress of the People will do for you. We must be and we are going to be very systematic about these issues. The first thing is to free you, the people. The first thing is to get rid, to clean government, to give you clean government by getting all of these thieves who are busy stealing your monies and making themselves millionaires and billionaires. If we send somebody to government, wearing this t-shirt or this emblem, we send them because we believe that they are going to do what we are saying. If they do the opposite of this, we will bring them to you and say, this one is one of those scoundrels that promised you and us is going to work for you. Now we have discovered that this scoundrel has been messing up. When we start to clean the ranks, even in the ranks of the party, I promise you, you will have clean government, which is what we want to give you. I want to go a bit further. As we sit here, I told you, our country is in deep debt. Sikweleta imali eninzi. Goguke, sesitholile. We have now discovered how that came about. These people have been, that you elected, trusting them, believing in them, have taken all your money and they have done all the things that you see at the Zondo Commission. Now, what we are going to do for you is the following. We are going to go after them. We are going to get information out of them into their account where they took this money, and we'll go and get it. Because our objective is to make sure that we give you what President Mandela promised you, and in our name, he said, we want a better life for all. We want you to get a better life for all of you. Nindivile ababemamele i-TV ndise-Parliament. I said in Parliament the other day, I was invited to join the gravy train of theft and corruption, to join the Busasa train. You get SASA bits and pieces. I was invited to join the Busasa luxury train. So I waited over the weekend, and then when the time came for the debate, I had very short time. I was only given 3 minutes. They always give me very little time, 3 minutes. So you are giving me a bit more time so I can tell you this. So I went there now, and I thought I have to use my 3 minutes very importantly. And then I was called to go and speak. Now, the rules are like this. If the president of the country has made a statement, when he is talking and you are replying, all of us reply, he's got to be there so that he can hear what this one replied, what that one replied. But strangely, when I stood up and I went to speak and I got there, and I looked, there was nobody in the president's seat. I said, no. The president invited me and asked me to go with him on a journey. I need to reply, but now I can't reply if he is not here. No, you must speak now. I said, no. Who am I answering now? If the president is not there, no. And then when I answered, I said no, because after some time, he came back. Wherever he had gone, I don't know. But when he came back, I then said, no, sir. I heard your invitation loud and clear. But that's an invitation to go the Bosasa route. Now, I made my choice long time ago. When opportunity was there, I chose to walk the road of the people of our country who were oppressed, who were poor, who had nothing. The vast majority of them are still in Khayelitsha. They are still in Soweto. They are in the townships, poor, Mitchell's Plain, and so on. My choice, sir, is farewell, go well, enjoy the Bosasa billions, and so on. I will go out of the townships when I go out with the masses of the people of our country whose money is in the Bosasa train, but they have no houses, their children have no school, they are hungry, the hospitals are without pills. Some of them are dropped on the streets of Soweto and other townships to die without medicines, without care. We have taken a decision. Where you sleep under the subways, will be there with you. Where you have no food, we will not eat. Sikhuliswe ngesintu. Akutyiwa kubekwa isitya apha inyama nani kuthiwe bafana ityani apha. Sifike sihlabe ngamadolo phansi sithathe ufake emlonyeni. Uthathe ufake emlonyeni. Sitye sonke. Xa kulanjwa silamba sonke. We will not move and walk our own road. If you are going to build security fencing, don't build for yourself alone. Build for the people. Let all of us be part of that security. Why do you want security only for yourself? Why do you want bodyguards only for yourself? What about us, the people? What about us, the people? So a COPE government will insist that we must build a growing and inclusive economy so that if there is prosperity, it must be a prosperity for all the people of South Africa. And so, once again, please remember that we will provide that security. We are going to look after you first and foremost, because you employ us, you pay us to do what you need for yourself and for your children. This government, if you are going to give us this opportunity, will be a government that will look after all of your children. We want to give education to all your children. And please listen to me. We will not choose the color of skin of the children. We will not choose the children that live in the suburbs and so on. No. All of the children, all of them, we want them in the schools. They must be educated, all of them, so that when they come of age, whether they were born in shacks, in Danzani, in Mlazi, all of them, we want them in the schools. You know what? Many of those children that are born in the shacks, are geniuses. Very many of them. Please, you must believe me. They are geniuses, but we, this government of the Congress of the People, will and can uncover them. We put them in the schools, give them the best teachers, give them the necessary facilities and so on, and let them flourish. The Constitution says we want to unleash the potential of every child. You think, because your children are poor and they don't have proper, you think that they are not intelligent. No. They will learn, they will pass, and they will take you out of umjondolo wako and put you in a proper house in years to come. We don't want to take anybody's money. No. We are going to take your tax money. If need be, we are going to ask the business sectors of our country to please allow us to add additional tax ring-fenced for education of children. I promise you. We will not go and fetch Chinese to come and work here or anybody from other countries. We want your children. We want your children to go to school, to learn the skills and all of that. We want your children to then take advantage of building this country and make it the land of dreams that we lay in the prisons of Robben Island and other parts of the country, dreaming of the day when your children will be building cars, will be building their own pick and pays, and will be doing all of these things, expanding the size of the economy of our country. If we don't change the children of our country, if we don't train them and educate them, we will have failed in the task of making them agents of transformation. We want them to be there. This government of the Congress of the People can and will transform your children into outstanding business people, top-class legal brains. They will be civil engineers. They will be anything you can imagine. We'll open the ways for them to go in and say to them, please fulfill, unleash your potential and work for your people so that tomorrow your parents can walk out of their shacks with you to the homes you shall have built. And there spend the last of the days of their lives, knowing full well that never again will be generations of South Africans who will return to the squalor, to the backwardness, to the poverty conditions that we ourselves grew up in under apartheid. Siyathetha ke ngoku. Asinamali, but nina ninemali. Nini any batala ivat. Yabona le mali eniyikhokayo, you say is VAT. VAT xa nithenga nje impahla. Imali yenu le eyapha kuthi eParliament. Sifike pha siyabe ukuthi niyenzele imisebenzi. Xa bayifumana ifika apha kubo bayayitya. Ningayiboni uba iphelelele. Sobe apha kuthi. Sobe iyenzeke loo nto apha kuthi. Now, kukho ke into enjena eyenzakalayo. Umhlaba, abantu emazweni siqhubekela phambili. Sekukho ke into entsha namhlanje. Kuthiwa hayi mawethu, niyalibona ilanga elilapha phezulu. Nali liphumile manje. I-electricity siyithatha nje mahala phaya. Ihleli pha i-electricity apha elanga eli. I-electricity yamahala sinikwe ngumdali. Ulwazi laloo nto lukhona. Abantwana benu ke bazosebenza ke manje bayandise ke lento ethatha le nto le ifakwe endlini. The government of the Congress of the People can and will. The government sininike i-electricity mahala. Ndiyaxela ke ngoku. Ndize ngamabomu apha kule ndawo. Ndiyaxela ke ngoku sizawuyithatha sininike bese sithini kuni. Hayi ningayibhatareli lina. Thathani ugesi electricity nathi. Sifuna inye into esifuna kuni. Nisebenzise le electricity. Niyenze imisebenzi enifuna ukuyenza. Bese nibhatale nje i-tax qha. Tax nje qha. Niyandiva? We want to give you and we will give you free electricity. In Libaleni, you must forget about ESCOM. Abantu who are busy with that ESCOM, but bazama ukuyivuselela. Bafuna ke sibasha umlilo ngokhuni apha phansi ukuze sikhuphe i-electricity phaya. Ngoku bayenza loo nto because banama shares phaya bazama ukuthi hayi ilunge imali yethu iphelele phaya yonke. Ngoku ke bayekeni apho siyishiya lapho loo nto siwudonse. Omnye u-electricity sokhipha apha emanzini olwandle. Omnye sokhupha apha emoyeni. Siza kuninika ndinixelela ngesintu ningathi asimvanga kahle bekweteza isilungu. So we will give you, we will create these conditions. We will create these conditions, the Congress of the People. We will create these conditions. I'm not talking about yesterday. Ndakhula nami sasihamba siyolanda on said Drew kuye dang. On said het gevecht. On said 4 dae meegemaak. The fire of tomorrow you will get from the sun, and you'll cook from it, and you'll eat, and you'll live much better, easier. You will not have to be black. Coal will make you very, very black and all of that. Leave the coal. Leave the coal. Get it from the sun and do those things. The government of the Congress of the People can and will make it possible for the people of our country. Now I want to tell you something which has been discussed quite a lot until now. Akho mntu ozophucwa into zakhe. Akakho. Kukho abantu bandithetha kakubi apha xa bahamba phakathi kwethu bathi uthi uLekota masinganikwa umhlaba. uLekota uthi iCope ithi singanikwa umhlaba. Mandinixeleleke. Ndiza kunixelela ngeXhosa because Comrade Mandela bandixelela lento ngeXhosa. Notata uZizi wayesuka apha eGcuwa. Comrade uGovani Mbeki bandixelela ngeXhosa ke basithi hayi apha mhla saphuma apha uba asinawuphuma thina apha mhla saphuma apha abantu baseSouth Africa iSouth Africa ezabe sezandleni zabo bonke esiqithini bathi ke mfo kaLekota siyakuva uthi waluka ngoku apha kukho apha uzoluka apha ngoku apha siyakulukisa ke ngoku bathi asinakuphuma apha kungavunywanga ukuthi iSouth Africa yonke izwe lethu yaqonda uba hey kushushu ke ngoku ndaphuma hayi iSouth Africa ndaphinde. But now we say to you, this constitution you have, lomthetho wesekelo uninike wonke umhlaba wethu. Nifunde section 1. It is the Republic of South Africa is one sovereign democratic state. Ithetha ani lonto? Ithetha uba ke ayisekho into ekuthiwa yiTranskei, ayisekho into ekuthiwa yiQwaqwa, ayisekho into ekuthiwa i-coloured stand or coloured preferential area. The whole South Africa ikhaya lethu sonke. Ibisithi ke mayisuka lapho ithi there's a common South African citizenship. And all citizens have the same rights, privileges, and benefits of citizenship. Sanokuthi xa nifunda i-constitution niwe iqala le ku-section 25. Kufana nokuthi xa uzofunda iBhayibhile uyoqala le ku-Ezaya. iBhayibhile iqala kuGenesi. Kukhona uzohamba ke uye le. Into yokuqala siye etulongweni maqabani. We went to jail. African section was confined to 13% of South Africa's land surface. Section 1 of the Constitution we signed sibuya eRobben Island. Yile ethi iSouth Africa sekuyikhaya lethu sonke sidibene nabo bonke namabhulu nabantu sipha kodwa sasibaninzi kunabo. Sabhala ke phaya ukuthi iSouth Africa sekuyikhaya lethu sonke ungahlala naphina xa ufika eFreystata akunomuntu uzoxela uba no awuzalelwanga lapha hamba eTranskei ayikho lonto. Xa ufuna ukuyaka eThekwini hamba, xa ufuna ukuya le ePampierstad eNorthern Cape hamba. You have a right in this country anywhere. Sinithengisephi. So uma sithi umbuso unemvume, government can take land and redistribute it. Kodwa uma uphuca umuntu into yakhe mnike intwana leyo emsula inyembezi because asifuni ukuphindela emva kuyochitheka igazi kwakhona. We don't want that. And but that compensation, I know kokwa nini is our kokwa umbuso. So you can go anywhere, you'll get that. Section 26, nivumelekile ukuthola indawo naphi Cape Town anywhere. Xa ufuna uwakha phaya uye kumasipala uthi no. Nanti section 26, ndinika ilungelo lami ndifuna ukuba uwakha indlu yami apha. You get it. The Congress of the People, we are constitutionalists. Sikholelwe ku-constitution. So ayikho into esizoyivumela ukuthi ingenzeki ibhaliwe pha ku-constitution. Uba unelungelo eKroonstad, unelungelo eMafikeng, you can stay anywhere you want to stay, and we will do that. So the Congress, the government of the Congress of the People will transform, and we will make sure that we secure property rights. When we do that, we will be attracting investors from abroad. We will be persuading investors in our country. They must invest their money in this country. When they invest money in this country, there'll be large numbers of jobs created. You and your children will have jobs and you will go into work. And when that happens, the economy expands. And when the economy expands, there's more and better life for everybody. We will do more than just that. You see this money that we give, this SASA money, this grants and so on. The people will still be given that money. We will have money for that. But we are not going to let you sit in the township up. Sakuninika umsebenzi. Abanye benu nichanyele pha edropeni. Nihole. Singaniki mahala, imali mahala ukuthi nihlale nithenge ikuba leli ndiyalibala igama lalo kuthiwa ngesixhosa. We are not going to give you money sitting at home every day you doing nothing. We must give you jobs. We must give you money, because when you work, you develop self-respect, dignity. When you earn your money, I'll ask him for favors, and that you got your own money, you earn it, and you work like this. Comrades, we must not be shy to learn from our history. We must not be shy to learn from our history. Tineskule a little earlier, in South Africa, there were many people that were extremely poor, but I tell you more about abantu laba esithi abantu abamhlophe. And abasimhlophe yazi abantu bebhala bonke. Nathi kodwa ke mandiyeke leyo. Abo bantu babeyinikwa nabo inkamnkam. Inkamnkam is pension, ne? No, not pension. I want to say grants. Imali le engama grants. That money is money whether you are old or not, you get it. But they were given work. Ukuthi kawulungise apha esikoleni bamnike imali ahole uba uclean isikole. Because umuntu ohleli ekhaya maqabani not working, nimnike imali. Kumele ayothenga utshwala, asele utshwala, ahlale asele utshwala. Umsebenzi wakhe ukusela utshwala. No, makaye emsebenzini. Makaye emsebenzini. Xa kupheli iveke, simbadala imali ukuthi usebenze iveke. Atye ngemali ayisebenzeleyo. You give that person dignity. In a short space of time, abantwana benu meantime thina, we will be educating your children. Children cannot be expected to ukuthi they must pay school fees because they have not yet started working. Why do we want to say children must pay school fees when they have not yet started working? The day they are old, the day they are working, they will pay school fees of their children. Today, the government of the Congress of the People will pay the school fees. You be given the jobs. If you don't have jobs, you pay your tax to the government. From that tax, we'll take money, sibakhokhela abantwana, school fees. Uma ishoda, sinamaqhinga wethu esiwayenza, siyithole leyo mali, labantwana bafale bafunde, noma usele utywala nje ungakwazi ukusebenza, then sizamkhulisa lo mntwana. Mhla ekhulile yena, akanawuba umthwalo wethu, because we will have educated the child. So I say again, you must really understand that we are talking about solving these problems that you are looking at in your daily life. You can see the problems you are faced with. And I want to say to the children, the youth that are here, you must support the government of the Congress of the People. Nina bantwana, Nina ma students. Please, you must support the Congress of the People and vote for us. But let me tell you one thing. The government of the Congress of the People can and will give you money to go to school. And I say to you, you must go to school. Ninga yeskoleni niyojongana namankazana laphana. Nifunde. I know what I'm talking about. Ninga yeskoleni niyogeza phaya. Nifunde. Lendo yokuthi nishiza ama university, nichiza ikolo. You will not have an excuse to burn universities and burn libraries, because we will be giving you money to go to class and study. Lendo leyokushiza ikolo kwathini and so on. Before apartheid iphela, we did not have the voice in government. We could not go to the government and say, we want education. They locked us up, they beat us up. You will not get that chance, because we'll give you money to go to school. And if you have a problem, you must come and explain to us what is your problem. But make sure you have thought yourself out very thoroughly, because xa uzosincilela siza kutholela amaqhinga amanye sikulungise. You must study, and you must study. We don't want you passing with 30% or 20%. You understand? You will pass more than 60%. You must study. Most studies are sebenza. Why can't you get 60%? Why can't you get 70%? Why can't you get 80%? So you must go and study. Ni vote Congress of the People. Kodwa nibe niyazi uba mhla safika pha embusweni ubunxila buzophela apha emastradeni. Buzophela ubunxila apha emastradeni. So I speak with confidence. Here is the leadership of the Congress of the People from across the country. And we say here that the Congress of the People government will make sure that South Africans are fully engaged in a responsible process of life and of administration of the affairs of the nation. That people, whether living in the rural areas or urban areas, will be treated and given appropriate attention. Now, let me say, I'm almost at my end. Let me say something. All of us, the whole lot of us, we are South Africans. Nyandiva. Singama South Africa. Mna ndithetha iSuthu ekhaya. kodwa andingumSuthu. I'm a South African. Anisibiza nina uba nithetha isiXhosa nami ndiyasithetha kaloku isiXhosa. Nithi ningamaXhosa. Ndithi mna hayi ningama South Africa. Singama South Africa sonke. Kukhona omunye umngani wami pha eParliament uPieter Groenewald. Uthanda ukundixelela bana yena eke sa Afrikaner en ek sê vir hom, my man, jy is nie reg hier. Ek is ook Afrikaner. Wat maak jou Afrikaner? Man, ek praat Afrikaans, ek sê ek praat ook Afrikaans, my man. Nami ndiyathetha Afrikaans. Ndingum South Africa. Le nto yoba singama South Africa maqabane ayinicacele apha ezingqondweni. Xa ufuna uphuma apha uyodlala ibhola nelinye izwe iEngland, abathi ukuthi badlala namaXhosa, bathi badlala nama-South Africa. Xa uhamba uya kuma-Olympic Games, akumenywa abeSuthu. Xa bamema abeSuthu bayithumela i-invitation elisuthu eMaseru. abeSuthu baselisuthu. Apha singama-South Africa. So xa basimema apha babhala pha South Africa, you are invited. And umntu lo othetha isiZulu naye angeke ayithole i-invite ethi simema amaZulu azodlala apha kule Olympic Games. Bathi nosifuna ama-South Africa nize apha. So even when you form the national teams and all of that, please forget about these things you call quotas. You must say, who are the best soccer right in this nation? If you are going to play rugby, who are the best 7 rugby players of South Africa? Bayahamba bayosmela. It's not a joke. Comrades, we became South Africans in 1910. The British, who brought us together, Umdia, Usugendia, Philippine, from the Philippine Islands, from wherever you came from, they went to their parliament and they declared, from today on, that country is called the Union of South Africa. In 1961, the National Party said, no, we have changed our name. They said, we are the Republic of South Africa. The borders remained the same. In 1994, we said, we are the Republic of South Africa, this time not governed only by whites, governed by all of us. We are one government, we have the same rights, all of us vote. So, because you have the right to vote, because we want that right for you to vote, we were part of that struggle. Hambani niyosivotela, sizokwazi ukuphatha izinto zenu. Siniyenze abantu enifanele nibe bona. Ndithi ke mna ngigqibezela ndifuna ukuthi ndinikhumbuze amagama akamufi uNelson Mandela uma ethi, sorry, let me just get this quickly. Uma ethetha eRivonia trial ebona ukuthi mhlambe uzawunqunywa, ebona ukuthi kufike imini mhlambe le yamini esingayithandiyo sonke mhlambe ifikile, wathi uComrade uMandela umufi, safika sakhulela pha kuye sisitya inkobe esifundisa ke wathi ndiyaxolisa mane ndiyasokola apha ngoku manintsana la maphepha ya wathi ke uComrade Mandela (1964) Rivonia trial. During the Rivonia trial, he says, during my lifetime, I have dedicated myself to this struggle of the African people. I have fought against white domination, and I have fought against black domination. I have cherished the ideal of a democratic and free society in which all persons live together in harmony and with equal opportunities. It is an ideal for which I have to live, I have lived, and it is one I hope to live and achieve. But if need be, it is an ideal for which I am prepared to die. Niyeniveke kusithiwa no iCope ithanda amabhulu, ithanda iAfriforum, ithi comrades, Steve of Mayor, comrades, sathi sisendleleni yenkululeko, sadibana nabantu abamhlophe, Bram Fisher, he was doing life. Emhlophe umlungu elwela ukuthi sinikwe amalungelo alingana nabo bonke abantu. Endleleni eya enkululekweni ndake ndadibana nensizwa yalapha Eastern Cape uStephen Bantu Biko owathi engumholi wethu emise i-organization kuthiwa i-South African Students Organization SASO wathi kuthi SASO believes that South Africa is a country in which both black and white live and shall continue to live. Sadibana no Dennis Goldberg ebekade emangalelwe noMandela edonsa suffering so that we must have equal rights with whites. Dr. Beyers Nodie namba abafundisi bakuthi bazomazi wagxothwa abantu bakubo. Afrikaners kicked him out of their church and kicked him out of his community because Beyers Nodie was struggling so that we black sections must enjoy the same rights as what white people. And he said, I cannot have rights. I cannot live in this country comfortably when my black counterparts are not allowed to enjoy the same rights. Helen Suzman, some of you have heard about her, was the one member, she was the only member, woman member of parliament in Cape Town. She used, almost every year, she crossed and went to Robben Island to look at the conditions in which we lived. Kudliwa inkobe phaya. Singavunyelwanga ubisi. Kuthiwa no only abanye kodwa hayi thina. esilwa ezo zinto, our conditions improved. But some of our comrades died. They died because the food we were eating was not very healthy. Today, ndifuna unixelela indaba le. Wathi uComrade Mandela, Terra, niyakhula mfundini. Nize ningathi mhla sifike enkululekweni. Ningayilibali intoba kukho abantu abamhlophe nazo zonke inhlanga zase-South Africa abebelana nathi, bewela nathi, belamba nathi, babhanga uba sibe namalungelo alinganayo. When that time comes, you must remember these times. I have no apology to anybody who thinks that andinaxolisa nakubanina uba umuntu omhlophe othi mina ndiyayamkela le constitution e-South Africa. Namhlanje ndiyavuma ukuthi laa nto yayenziwa yilaba abaphile ngaphambili ibe babhatyazile, ibe i-wrong. Ndivumelana nalena i-constitution. Ndifuna uba sisebenzeni sonke sibe into yinye and build a South Africa for all of us. Those are also my comrades. And those are also your comrades. Ndifuna uba ke ndimise apho i-South Africa ke le esiyifunayo for nina will build for you a South Africa of love among the people of our country, peace in the land, stability and development. Le emblem niyibona nje abantu base-South Africa lapha nibabona apha. Le mibala le imibala eflag yethu. Le national flag yethu ihlanganisa amaflag amabili, ihlanganisa iflag le ebethi orange, white and blue. Ngapha ithi black, gold and green. Ile esikhulele phansi kwayo thina abamnyamanyana. Laba abanye baze ngale. Sayidibanisa ke le flag. Uba abakhulu abaseClip Town bathi kuthi ababesekula mhlangano kuthiwa Congress of the People bathi yibona abasixelela bano sifuna iSouth Africa efaka bonke abantu base-South Africa abamnyama nabamhlophe. Ndithi kuni uyabona apha kwi-emblem eCoke sasesiyenza unqa lono ilungelo lethu sonke njengoba sivaleleke lapha uba sikwaze ukuvota. Idemocracy ke le agree. Manje ke elibandi elimhlophe, that white belt, uxolo osavumelana ngalo, savumelana eCodesa ubano impi embadlululo iphelile. We are one. Sibopheke uxolo siyakha iSouth Africa edibane emanyeneyo eyaphambili enkululekweni. Lokho kumnyama okungaphandle icontinent yeAfrica ke ba sikholelwa bathina sibopheleke nabo bonke abantu base-South Africa. We've got a common destiny. Ndikhulumile ndithethile ke maqabane wami. Cope can and cope will. Cope can and cope will. Cope can, 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 cope will. But and go.